darling. I may have to go to Brasilia today. I'll try to avoid it, but we are behind on 2 buildings there. At any rate, I'll let you know for sure. Hmm? This morning, Carlos. No time. No time. Rather early for you, Liz, isn't it?
That's how I stay young and beautiful. Is my daughter up and about?
No, she has a different system from yours.
I wonder if she does.
Wait for me here.
Obediently yours. Good morning, Mr. Waring. Tirano!
Good morning, dear.
Good morning, Mother.
Helen dear?
Environment, Mother.
I was wondering if you'd care to go shopping with me.
Is that where we find it, Mother? In department stores?
Don't be cruel.
You run along, dear. I'll stay here in the playground.
Mike is a good husband.
And a very busy one. Hello, baby. Paying your morning call.
Thank you. Ask Marina to step into my office. Oh, Paolo! Good morning.
Maybe it is for some.
What's wrong?
You remember 11. It's about 10 days behind, Mike.
Why didn't they pick up some of
The
that
wrong
time?
facing we specified, Mike.
And why didn't they change it to a smooth facing?
I was busy, Mike.
Busy.
A man has to do something for a hobby.
You are grabbing the first into Brasilia and hurry them up on Building 11.
I can't. I have a meeting with the Government Construction Board.
We are going to lose that completion bond we posted if you keep on getting loaded.
I don't get loaded. Liquor doesn't make me drunk. It makes me sexy.
Marina, get us the reservations of the plane to Brasilia. And bring along all the plans relating to Building 11.
All right.
I can't find it.
I'm getting close to it.
Paolo.
We'll look for those specifications later.
I should think you'd know those specifications by heart now.
Marina and I are leaving for Brasilia. And for Pete's sake, get your job done here.
Like what?
By telling the government board why we are 10 days behind on Building 11. If they close down on us, we are through.
It's only money, Mike.
It's the only money I've got.
Have to hurry, Mike. Plane leaves in about 40 minutes.
At what time is the flight back?
The last one will get us back here at 8:30.
All right. Tell my wife I'll be home around 9.
I wish I was up there right now. Sure be a hell of a lot cooler than here.
We're gonna see plenty from up there. A lot of green, and that's all.
How much do you know about this guy, Chubusco?
He's sharp.
I've seen these two-bit revolutionaries before. They put their pants on just like anybody else. 30 cal slug. That's it.
McGill, I've been tracking this guy for over a year. Now, when and if he shows up, I don't want you getting nervous and blowing his head off.
You ever killed a man? That's what I thought. Well, I've killed lots of them.
I'm sure you have.
It's what I do, man. I'm paid to kill. That's what I do. I do it very well.
McGill, you kill this guy, you make a martyr out of him. We don't need that. We need the information he's got. We want him alive.
He blows up things.
That's right.
Buildings. There's people in buildings. Ships. Don't tell me about that.
Yeah, well, he's blowing him up for a reason. He's not a psychotic. We got as many psychotics working for us as anybody.
You really think that he's going to show up in this area?
Yeah, he's gonna show up.
That's the funny thing about binoculars like that. You can see real well, you know, quarter mile away. But if he's 15 feet from you, you won't see him at all. And half your head's gone.
What all you think about, McGill? Does that conjure up nice images in your head?
I've had better partners than you. I mean, you're just too serious. It's like this guy means something to you. He's just a two-bit revolutionary that needs it right between the eyes. That's right. Walk away. You know, the trouble with you is you shouldn't be out here doing this. How'd you get into this business anyhow?
McGill, why don't you lay down and go to sleep, huh?
Don't tell me what to do, Thomas. Don't ever tell me what to do.
Hey.
Don't you ever do that again.
Take it easy, G.I. Joe. Here, use your eyes for a while instead of your mouth.
You know, sometimes you act like you just got off the boat. Hey, Thomas, where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Philly. I was to Philly once.
Yeah?
Well, I wasn't exactly to Philly. I was to the airport. I killed a guy there.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Look, wise guy. Yeah, like I had a plane, you know, like this guy. A lot of hostages. I put one right between his eyes, right there, right through the window of the plane. Sit in the co-pilot seat, giving everybody instructions like God. I put one right between his eyes.
Joe, watch the jungle, will you?
It's a big waste of time, Thomas.
He'll be here.
I don't think so.
McGill, how long you been down here? 4 days, 5 days, maybe? I've been here for 10 years. He'll show up.
I wouldn't be here if you'd been doing your job.
We don't need him dead. We need him alive. We need information. Now, you kill him, we make a martyr out of him.
You know, Thomas, there's only one thing that those guys understand. 45. Close on. You splatter him, nobody ever heard of him.
You think you're any different? What if
Yeah.
he nails you first? Nobody's ever heard of you now, McGill.
I'm getting tired of this. You got any other suggestions?
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
we move. Come on.
Sure. What's Brasilia all about, anyway?
Chubusco.
Busco?
They're building skyscrapers down there, right? You know how many millions of dollars they put into that place? They got people dying of starvation within 2 miles.
He's going to do something about that.
He is doing something about it. That's why we're here.
It never works. How come they don't understand? It never works. We'll get them.
Yeah, we'll get him.
Think those planes will give us any help?
No, not in this time.
There sure are enough of them up there today. Man, this waiting's really getting on my nerves. You want me to take the glasses for a while? Thomas? Hey, Thomas.
Bingo.
You see something?
About 500 yards.
Wow. Baby.
Hey, come on. What are you doing with that?
Just getting ready.
Yeah, you're just getting ready. You go 10 feet down there, and you're going to lose sight of him, and you're not going to know where he is, or where you are, for that matter. For once, do what I say, will you? We wait till he lights somewhere. McGill, come on.
Hold it.
Hold it! Wait. I said alive, you maniac!
Mr. Beret! Oh. Don't tell me Rodriguez is still in taxi.
I told the airline to get in touch with him.
Efficiency. Thy name is Marina. So,
Senor Beret, believe me, it's not my fault that we're behind schedule.
then who do we blame?
Fate. I blame everything on fate, Senor Beret.
Please find out about the return flight, will you?
All right.
Fate.
It's the facing on the north side of Building 11. The crushed rock works so slowly.
How soon could you complete it if we made it smooth facing?
2, 3 days, perhaps?
No, you have to do it in a day and a half. Work the crews round the clock if you have to.
The plane leaves at 4:30, Mike.
Fine, let's go.
Senor Beret, we're in trouble. The men have already applied 5 feet of crushed rock to the other side of the building.
One of them paint the rest of it, up to the top.
In pink. Everybody loves pink.
All right in pink. know if you're smiling at me or with me.
With you, Mike. The pride that you feel for this project is infectious.
A modern city rising out of the wilderness. A new version of the pyramids. I wonder if it will last as long.
The plane back to Rio. Mike, we spent the whole day.
Let's hurry. Is there another one?
Not until tomorrow.
Tomorrow I have a meeting with the government planning board. And Lynn, I told her I'd be home tonight.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Well, you better call the hotel and find yourself a room. I'll phone Lynn and try to explain. Please, miss, could I use your phone to call Rio? It's important.
Certainly.
Thank you. Hello, operator. I'd like to talk to Rio. 9670145. No, anyone who answers. But hurry up with the call, please. Never mind, operator. There's obviously no one home. Thank you.
They have already 4 people to each single room at the hotel. Did you reach Lynn?
No. But I know where you'll sleep. In the back seat, while I drive that tin can to Rio. Come on. Back to the days of my youth, when I used to tell a pretty girl we were stopping because the car had broken down.
Can I help?
Yes, encourage me, because it has broken down. That's good. Hold it. And don't move, please. Hello? This is Mike. You haven't by any chance talked to Lynn today, have you? No. Why, anything wrong? I haven't talked to her in 4 days. I wish I could help you, old fellow. You are substituting for your wife. When did you see her last? She was by the studio a week ago, I think. Why? Did she mention anything about her going away on a trip? She did mention something. A visit to her cousin. Don't worry, she's probably with her mother. Sure, if I hear anything, I'll let you know. Don't worry. You know how she is. Bye.
I like Mike. I've often thought he had a marvelous sex potential.
No, my sweet. Let's not overdo it. Let's leave something to the imagination. I don't want to share your charms, darling. Remember, I'm very selfish.
When you last saw Lynn, was it the day you had me chasing around getting photographic supplies for you?
It's possible.
Oh, I'm sure it must have been.
Look, I met Lynn long before you, darling. And I owe her many favors. She helped me a lot as a photographer.
I should be grateful to her, too, I suppose. She has also helped your career as a lover.
Back to work. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello, naughty boy.
I'm not a naughty boy. I'm a harried man.
Oh, but I prefer to think of you as a naughty boy. For you to be a harried man would make me an older woman.
No danger of that.
Ha ha.
Where's Lynn?
Oh, somewhere out there swimming.
You're late, Mike.
Hello there.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
How are you?
How are things in Brasilia?
Hello, Ray. How are you?
Hello, Mike. Man, it's husband time. Well, how are things going? Is Brasilia finished?
I'm working on it. How is your songwriting going? Finish the unfinished symphony as yet?
My new composition is dedicated to Brasilia.
You better finish it because I intend to finish building Brasilia.
Ray,
Yes, Margot?
why aren't you dressed yet, darling?
Not yet married and already trying to boss me. Be back in a few minutes, dear.
You and Ray set the date for the wedding?
Well, not yet. In about 3 months.
That's about carnival time.
Is there a better time for vivid excitement? Or for a honeymoon?
A good marriage is more than vivid excitement.
You're late, darling.
That place will help me apologize.
Darling, I'll always keep it on my finger to remind me of you.
I'll be around to do the reminding. Have you by any chance talked to Lynn today?
Hello, Mike, dear. How's everything with you, naughty boy?
Liz, are you with me? I asked you about your daughter.
No, Mike, I don't think I spoke to Lynn today. Naughty, naughty boy.
Liz, I'm asking you about your daughter. She's not here, and I haven't the faintest idea where she might be.
When you hear from Lynn, ask her to call me. Bye. Vicente, darling, did you by any chance see Lynn today?
Hi. Am I interrupting anything? Now listen, I have an idea about how we can hurry completion of building number 11. Maybe we can discuss it over a drink, huh? What do you say? Have one with me?
You didn't happen to speak to Lynn while I was in Brasilia, did you?
I get the idea that maybe I walked in on a family spat.
No, I don't know where she is. I haven't the faintest idea.
It looks like I didn't walk in on a family squabble. Seems more like I walked in after one. Thank you.
Lynn?
Good morning, Mr. Voret.
Good morning, Carlos.
Had company here last night, did you?
What makes you ask?
A liquor glass. Officer who was in slight disorder.
You are very observant, Carlos.
I try to be, Mr. Voret. Will you have breakfast this morning?
Yes, I'll have some coffee. And Mrs. Boré will have coffee, too. What's wrong, Carlos?
Nothing, sir.
Yes? You looked surprised when I said Mrs. Boré will have coffee.
Oh, she never does so early in the morning, Mr. Voret. The mail, sir.
Thanks.
I'll bring you the coffee.
I'll take it outside. On the terrace.
Mike, dear, I'm leaving you. I like to think that you'll be aware enough to know why, but I doubt if you will. If you have anything you feel compelled to say, write to me, care of my attorney. His name is Lopez Carnero. With regret, Len.
Carlos, you knew about this, didn't you? I beg your pardon. This letter.
Mrs. Voret did give me a letter to mail yesterday. I couldn't help but note that it was addressed to you.
What time was it?
About noon, she asked me to mail this letter on my way into town to do some shopping for her.
Take a few days off. I'll manage.
Yes, Mr. Ray. I'm sure you'll manage.
When did you last talk to Lynn? When?
Oh, 3 days ago. Why?
You talked to her on the phone, or did you see her in person?
Did you two have a quarrel? I spoke to her on the phone. She called me. We talked about my new song that's about to be released. I played it for her some time ago, and she just loved it. It's about all I can tell you, Mike.
Lynn has left me. I thought maybe you could help me find out where she's gone.
But how do you expect me to know where she is, Mike? I sympathize with you, naturally. But your quarrels are not my affair. You understand.
You have company.
Yes, I have. A friend's taking a shower. The heat, you know. Run along now, huh?
That perfume is very familiar. It's what Lynn uses.
Yes, to be sure. But other women buy it too, Mike. Mike, stop it. I told you a friend of mine is taking a shower. Will you go now?
I have plenty of time. I can wait a few minutes.
We've been friends a long time. Don't force me to throw you out.
You would do that, Ray? You would throw out an old friend you've known such a long time?
Darling. Oh, Mike. I was passing by, and since it was so hot, Ray invited me to take a shower.
Now see what you did, Mike? Now Margot won't be able to look at you the day of our wedding.
Okay.
You will come to our wedding, huh? Say, Mike, do me a favor. Keep our little secret, huh? As you know, Margot's family do not approve of me as a future son-in-law. And if they knew of this, you can imagine.
Is he gone?
Yes, he thought his wife was here.
Why here?
Who knows? You know, they say that 50 million Frenchmen can be wrong. But you know, darling, this one is.
Mr. Boris, I've been trying to call you at home.
Mike, all hell's breaking loose.
It already has. Ask Marina to step into my office.
All the other contractors on the Brasilia project are on schedule, but we're not. They're getting fed up with us.
Why should they be different?
But, Mike...
No, but get off your own and make our cruise finish on time.
Copies of the change of plans I drew last night.
Don't go, Marina. Make a sign for me.
Like what?
A familiar sign that can guide me to a landing. I'm up there, circling the earth, looking for a place to land. My wife has left me. She wrote me a letter. The mails have become personal messengers. They'll probably serve notice. A dream has been canceled. Just as they served notice, a marriage has been canceled. What are these?
Why, the changes we spoke about yesterday.
They look completely new to me.
Just slight modifications. It's your design, Mike. The design you drew a year and a half ago when we started our part of the project.
That was designed by a man who lived in a different century a year and a half ago.
It was when we got approval and the go-ahead. You were so excited about it.
Hard to remember.
I remember. So well.
Carlo, are you here? It's Christmas time.
Christmas in June?
Christmas all year on. The government approved designs on all 3 buildings we submitted. We got the go-ahead.
Congratulations, darling.
Lynn!
I knew you'd get the contract you went after. I wanted to be here when you got back.
Yeah, Lynn has been waiting for the past 2 or 3 hours. Helping me keep the vigil.
Oh? Well, I'll get ready. We are going to celebrate, all of us. Paulo, get set.
You seem troubled by Mike's triumph.
I'm sorry if it looks that way.
Be grateful for your lack of complications, Marina. Some women need triumph in many different ways, and not all of those ways bring happiness.
I don't know what you mean, Lynn.
I think you do.
Just had Rodriguez on the phone in Brasilia. He said he's going to work the crew around the clock and try to finish up on number 11.
And if he doesn't finish up on time, will he lose the completion bond I posted?
He'll work the men as hard as he can.
You take a plane and go to Brasilia and make sure of it.
But I have plans for tonight here in town.
Save them. I've had a few of mine changed. Why should you be different?
To a long life.
Liz, you know where she is. Please tell me.
You assume too much, Mike, dear.
I assumed I was married. Now contradict me, go to work on my assumptions, but please tell me where she is.
Wherever she is, I hope she finds it.
Finds what?
What she's looking for, what I've always looked for. Like mother, like daughter, unfortunately.
What are you saying?
Look, Mike, there are 2 kinds of people, the seekers and the sought. Feel sorry for the seekers, especially when they get to be my age. Because then they start wondering if they will ever find it. That's something called love.
I loved her.
After a while, the words don't mean very much. The words give way to the acts of love, and you start seeking the acts.
And this is Lynn.
This is Lynn, and this is her mother, too. Only when you have Lynn's youth and beauty, you don't have to hire a descendant.
Liz, darling, I'm going for a swim.
Yes, darling, go for a swim. Make a fresh one, Mike.
Who were they?
I don't know, because I never asked. I just knew they existed. Oh, I thought you'd be so good for Lynn. Lynn thought so, too.
Perhaps I was too busy.
Don't start blaming yourself. Not entirely, anyway. You see, Mike, we're talking about an appetite that's very hard to quench. One that does not want to be quenched.
You won't give me the names.
But I don't know them.
You're our mother. You should know.
You've been married to her, so you don't know the names either, do you?
Thanks for the drink.
Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry it didn't go down smoothly.
Have some, Mike? I made them myself.
Where is Manuel?
With a girl, naturally. Manuel has a marvelous sex potential. But he's going to run it into the ground if he keeps this up.
Sit down, Clara.
That's the one thing I can't do. Cook.
I want to ask you something.
I'm either outspoken or undressed.
You think Manuel has been seeing Lynn?
I don't know, but I imagine that he has. Manuel never likes to give up a good thing.
You think by any chance he would be with her now?
Oh, no. That's the current new one. She'll be moving in here, replacing me one of these days. Just as I replaced Lynn.
Yara, I need your help. I've got to find Lynn.
You poor, sweet man.
You see, I could never live with unfinished things. Lynn has left me without saying where or why. I'll be through with her when I know where she is.
Mike, children ask why. When they get an explanation, it satisfies them. But when a husband asks why, it only disturbs.
Details, Chiara.
It would make you suffer.
Oh, she was seeing someone during our marriage.
The marriage didn't stop what was. Even on the night of the engagement party on the beach.
It was nice of you to throw this party for us, Liv.
I'm an old hand at it, dear boy. I threw several engagement parties, at several occasions when I became engaged. But this is my daughter's first, so I'd like to do things right.
By the way, how many times have you been married?
Sonny boy never asked a woman how many times she was married. And never asked her how many years she has lived.
I'm going to round up Lynn.
Never round up wives to be. Just gather them in gently.
Oh, Chiara!
Chiara? Round up my naughty daughter, would you?
She's not naughty. She's marrying me.
I'll go look for her. I was curious as to where Lynn might be. Or rather, I was curious as to who she was with. I hadn't seen Manuel around the fire, or some of the other men who had been invited to the party. I heard Lynn's voice on the other side of the rock. She was near the water.
Darling, don't be petulant. I'm very fond of Mike. I'm going to try and be a good wife. And I'm going to try and put you out of my system. Come on, give me a smile. I tell you what I'll do. I'll buy you that car you want so badly. A wedding present from me to the man I'm trying so hard to put out of my heart. That smile. I wish it didn't disturb me so. Yeah, what are you doing here?
Nothing, Lynn. Nothing at all. Just that Mike is asking for you. Who is there with her? Manuel, Vicente, Paolo, Ray Donato?
Why do you mention Ray Donato?
He's a very handsome man with a marvelous sex potential. I always thought.
And Vicente? Why do you mention him?
Well, Mike, Vicente supposedly belongs to your mother-in-law. She can give him money. I'm not sure what else she can give him.
And my associate, Paolo. Has he a marvelous sex potential, too?
Oh, it's rumored that he does.
He is a drunk.
Liquor, they say, holds many secrets.
Hello. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Mike, but one must attend to business.
And how is business, Manuel?
Well, it's like this. Sometimes good and sometimes bad. But I don't have to tell you that, eh, Mike?
Sure. Bye.
You know, Kiara, Mike is taking this thing much too hard.
Well, wouldn't you be upset also if you were in his shoes?
What are you doing here?
You acted so strange. I came by to see if everything was all right. I got here a few moments ago.
Would you like a drink?
No, thanks. But you certainly need one. Go right ahead, Mike. If you're concerned about our building project, and I know you are, take it easy, Mike. Paolo telephoned me and said that we were given an extension.
Did he call from Brazil?
No, he didn't fly up. He told me he managed to work it out without going there.
Yeah. I'm afraid you managed to work out a lot of things without going to Brasilia. Especially when I was in Brasilia. Marina, do you know anything about my wife and Paolo? Don't try to be kind. I have a pretty good idea that something went on between them. Just try and find out, and let me know.
Well, I suspected it a few times. But Mike, I'm sure that Lynn has never been in love with Paolo.
Obviously, she has never been in love with me either.
Good evening, Mr. Borre. May I step in and talk to you a moment? I'm Lopez Carneiro. We spoke on the phone.
Oh, I couldn't think of anyone I'd rather talk to. Please come in. Marina, meet Mr. Carneiro, the least talkative lawyer I've ever heard. Would you like a drink?
A short scotch, please. I did not mean to interrupt anything.
You are not interrupting anything.
Mike, I'll run along.
Are you going home?
Yes,
I'll call you later. There's something I want you to do for me.
right.
A very attractive young lady. I begin to see certain elements that your wife tactfully avoided mentioning.
Miss Silvera works at my office.
Yes, of course.
And don't say yes, of course, that way. Mr. Carneiro, sit down, please. Sip your drink and tell me where my wife is. You have a whole minute to do it in.
That's why I'm here, Mr. Borre. I thought perhaps you could tell me where your wife is. We had an appointment today. Your wife was to sign certain legal papers, but I have been unsuccessful in trying to contact her.
What legal papers?
I don't believe this concerns you at this moment, Mr. Borre.
Give me your address!
You're a man with an uncontrollable temper, Borre. I would not want you to let loose that temper on your wife.
What legal papers was she going to sign?
For the divorce, of course.
Divorce? On what grounds?
I believe the grounds just left here.
Miss Silvera? My wife was going to name Miss Silvera?
The papers are so drawn. It just remains for her to sign them.
That's preposterous.
Mr. Borre, you are capable of the preposterous. I'm sure your wife will not welcome a visit from you.
Mr. Carneiro, you're obviously a man of high morals. If you don't give me that address, I'm going to beat those morals right out of you. Now look at me and make up your mind if I mean it or not.
203, Rue Alborada. But bear in mind, you threatened me in order to get that address, Mr. Borre.
I'll think of it every minute, Mr. Carneiro.
Hello? Oh. Well, Mike, he's pretty busy right now.
Put him on, Clara. I want to talk to him right away.
It's Mike. He insists on talking to you.
What is it, Mike? Manuel? I'm with Lynn right now. She wants you to meet us at her place.
Her house?
You know where I mean. I'll meet you there with Lynn in 1 hour.
At this moment, I'm not interested in telephone calls.
Hello? Oh, my dear. How's everything with you, naughty boy? Why, yes. Just a moment. Vicente, darling. Telephone for you.
Who?
My son-in-law.
What does he want?
Hello, Vicente? Lynn and I must talk to you. We are going to meet at her place in an hour.
I can't come over there now, Mike. Your place is quite a drive from here.
I don't mean this place, Vicente. I mean her place in town.
What did you want?
It doesn't matter. I'll fix your fresh drink.
You want to get me drunk, darling. You want to get me drunk so I'll fall asleep and you'll go out later.
Margot, answer that telephone.
You know I can't answer it. I'm not supposed to be living in this house yet.
Hello? Something has come up, Ray. Lynn and you and I have to talk. Meet us at our place in an hour.
Where did you say?
At her place in town. Be there in an hour.
Oh, Mr. Volley. I was going over a few things with Mr. Reyes. Yes, of course, in a moment.
What are you doing? Leave the lights off.
It's Mr. Volley. He says it's very important.
Hello, Mike. Meet you in an hour?
Lynn will be with me. Meet us at her place in town. Paolo, you'd better be there.
Cyrano! Come here, Cyrano. What's got into you, Cyrano? Cyrano, come here. Ah, Cyrano. Cyrano, you're supposed to mind your master. Come back here. Come here, I say. Get away from there.
I'm calling on Mrs. Borre. Do you know her apartment number, please?
She's in 102.
Thank you. Oh, I know she's expecting some people. Has anyone arrived as yet?
I just came out to take some air. I make it a point never to spy on my tenants. What they do is their business. It's all the better. This is a respectable house. I've never had anything like this happen before. Hurry, Pete. They must pay for the damage.
Now, tell me. When Mr. Beret drove away, you felt he was in a hurry?
I would say so, yes. He seemed very much in a hurry and very preoccupied. He usually was very friendly and always took time to talk. This time, he just drove away without bothering to say goodnight.
Where were you when all this was going on?
I was not here. Mr. Varey had been acting strangely. He even tried to make me think Mrs. Varey was in their house and gave me money to leave for a few days. I was suspicious. That's why I returned.
Mr. Lozano, I will be talking to you. If I may, I would like to call at your home later this evening.
Whenever you want. I live on the other side of the road. I gave my address to one of your assistants. You can call me anytime. Good night.
Good night. Such a terrible thing. Such a terrible thing. Carlos, would you by any chance know where Mr. Beret is likely to be?
He has been spending quite a bit of time with a woman from his office, Senorita Silvera.
You know her address?
It's in Mr. Varey's desk.
Goulart, accompany Carlos to the house.
Have you any idea how Mrs. Varey died?
I would guess unwillingly.
Mike, what happened?
You better ask me what didn't happen.
You're cut and bruised.
I need your help, Marina.
More than you think.
What do you mean?
Please sit down, Mike.
What's wrong?
They found Lynn. She's been murdered. She was found by a neighbor of yours who became suspicious when his dog kept running back to your garage. He found her in the trunk of her car.
I had a premonition when we couldn't find her. But how do you know?
Someone called Comisario Canero telephoned from your house. Mike, for some reason, you're his prime suspect. You better stay here for tonight until you can figure what to do.
No, I don't want to drag you into this.
I'm already in, Mike. I have been since the first year I started working for you. Well, I'll get something for that cut. Mike, are you out of your bath?
May I? Would you object to my searching the bedroom?
I would not. Why?
He's not here now. But has he been here recently?
Who? What are you talking about?
I speak of Mr. Voret, and I believe that you know that I do. May I caution you to think before you answer? When have you last seen Mr. Voret?
Excuse me. Oh, you're late, dear.
Late for what? Is this the gentleman for whom you bought the razor and the shaving cream?
This gentleman is a detective, Paolo. This is Mr. Paolo Race. We work together at the Voret office.
Mr. Race, may I ask when you last saw Mr. Voret?
The detective is anxious to get in touch with Mike.
So am I, Marina. Senorita Silvera, if you think of anything in connection with the matter at hand, please get in touch. What is this? What's going on?
Lynn Voret has been murdered. You don't seem very surprised.
Mike called earlier tonight and he talked wild. Tell me, Marina, did he ever say anything to you about knowing that I had seen Lynn once in a while?
Was it once too often, Paolo?
I like you better during office hours, Marina.
Where will you be?
It'll be easy to find me. If anybody wants me, just look for a bottle. I won't be far away from it.
Hello? Oh, Mike, where are you?
I left your apartment because I didn't want to get you involved with the police.
They have already been here, Mike. Where are you now?
It doesn't matter. Now listen, Marina. I left an envelope on your desk. The receipt I found in Lynn's apartment. I want you to go to the jewelry shop and find out what that receipt was for. Then go to my office and look at the canceled checks of my joint account with Lynn. See if you can locate a check that paid for an automobile at the time of our marriage.
I think that it is better that you go to the police.
This is a personal matter. I've got to find out for myself who killed her and why.
Hey, got a match? Come on.
Do you have a friend nearby?
If that's what you want. Sure, I have a friend.
I want you to spend the night at her place and give me the keys to yours.
Well, I thought I knew everything.
I want a night's lodging at your place, and I want to spend it alone.
Number 4.
Thank you. It would seem someone has gone through these canceled checks.
Kate?
I want to talk to Miss Silvera, please.
What? No, she's not here. May I have her call you back? Who is this calling, please? Hello? Hello?
May I ask who was calling just then?
It was hard to hear. There's a carnival going on, you know.
Have you heard about the terrible misfortune that has happened to Mrs. Veray?
Yes, I heard on the radio last night.
Then you must also know that we would like to speak to Mr. Veray. I need not remind you of the serious consequences of not informing us should you hear from Mr. Veray.
Is Mike Veray charged with Lynn's murder?
He's wanted for questioning.
What a terrible time for Mrs. Veray to have been murdered. Just when the carnival was about to start.
I heard the news on the radio last night. A dreadful thing. The relationship between Mrs. Veray and her husband, had it been strained as far as you know? It was no concern of mine. Our preliminary checking shows that you have, on occasion, seen Mrs. Veray in places such as cabarets.
Yes, Commissario, I'm a good dancer.
And more?
Well, there is sometimes more when a husband spends less time at home than he should. I'm here, Commissario. Mr. Veray's missing.
Going somewhere, Paulo?
I thought I was, and I almost got there. It was Mike's dream to help build Brasilia. I tagged along the tail of that dream. I don't want to tag along when Mike's arrested.
And where are you going?
It's over, Marina. The government agency is troubled by Mike's being wanted for questioning in connection with the murder of his wife. Even our very lovely receptionist, Dolores, is aware of it. She's left, and I intend to follow suit.
Mike will need you, Paulo.
He needs someone. A few calls have come in asking for you. I knew it was Mike, although he didn't identify himself.
Stand by him, please.
I'm not strong enough for that kind of standing by. I haven't weathered it so far very well at all. You know, Marina, I know that you know.
You and Lynn? Yes, I knew.
Lynn was the one with the need. I was way down at the bottom of the list. I was only an occasional need.
Hello?
Marina, what did you find out?
It was Lynn's large and fancy ring she sold.
And the car? For whom did Lynn buy it?
Ray Donato, Mike.
Somewhere in my office is an invitation for Ray and Margot's wedding. Tell me the date.
Wait a minute. When is the Donato de Cain wedding? You were invited, I'm sure.
Today at the Church of St. Christopher at 10 o'clock.
Today at St. Christopher's at 10 o'clock. It's almost that now. Mike, for God's sake, call the police.
I haven't much time. Bye.
Mike, please. I'll come for you. Oh.
I was at the bottom of Lynn's list, but Ray Donato was at the top. I guess it's true what they say about the husband being the last one to know. Come in, the door's open. They're after you, Mike. A man from the car agency called me. He told me a woman was asking questions about the car I bought.
The car Lynn bought for you.
So now you know.
And the ring she sold. Did the money help finance your wedding to Margot? I'm sorry I missed the ceremony.
There was no wedding, Mike. The bride-to-be changed her mind.
Why did you kill her?
Margot is not dead. On the contrary.
I'm in Lynn and you know it.
You never knew Lynn, did you, Mike? She was many women rolled into one. Always searching for the unknown, without caring. She was completely immoral, devoid of any restraint as far as her pleasure was concerned. You didn't know her, Mike. She wouldn't let go. I tried to stop seeing her when I got engaged, but she couldn't stand having me leave her. She had to see me, she said. I should have stayed away.
You're so far away.
This must end, Lynn. Margot and I are getting married.
I won't let Margot have you.
There's no choice. She's rich. And as you know, I need lots of money. I like to spend, live well, to see the world. You understand.
You like to live with me in your life.
I must admit I've liked it. But now it has to end, Lynn.
I won't give you up.
Now, Lynn, be reasonable.
I am not reasonable, and you know it. I will not give you up. I'm calling Margot and telling her all the things I'm sure you haven't told her.
Don't make me do anything I'll regret. I beg you.
Yes, beg me. You were going to beg.
It's over. This is goodbye.
I am not garbage. I am not so garbage.
That's how it was. The rest you know. I'm sorry, Mike.
finished number 11. Did you hear me, Mr. Varet? We are finished.
You're finished. And we are beginning.